Oh boy, that's really tight. I think I caused this problem. Hey, good afternoon everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Dave from Rolling Hills Farm here. It's a beautiful winter afternoon, and but I've got spring on the mind. Packed away back here in the pole barn is our Melrose 12-foot seeder, which we use to put in small grain and hayseed. And we've got a recurring problem with this that I'm determined to solve, and that is a clutch problem. These opening wheels, when they come up, it's supposed to disconnect a clutch right back in there and stop that drive shaft from moving, which stops the seed wheels from turning and stops putting seed down into the ground. But it sticks, and I can't seem to get it to work. So there's the culprit. That's the slip clutch right there, the heart of this machine. This is the drive chain. You can see it drives off the packer axle. And this clutch connects to a shaft that runs all the way over to here, runs the gearbox so you can adjust your seating speeds. And then with this chain runs the upper seed box. The gearbox runs the primary seed box. This is a 1970s seeder, a Melrose. They don't even make them anymore. But it's perfectly functional. In fact, it's in really good shape. You can see the discs move. The parts are all here. The seed boxes are absolutely spotless. Which is the most important part of a seeder. And so making little improvements like this just make the equipment easier to use, make it more functional for our operation, and it saves money. You know, we have spent plenty of money on new equipment, tractors and mower, round baler, but where we can get by with using old equipment like this, well, we like to. We bought this old seeder a few years ago for just $500. You know, you can spend $12,000 to $20,000 on a new one. For those of you who don't know what a seeder does, well, it's the device that puts the seed in the ground. Typically for us, that's oats or barley, which is our cash crop. They're in the big box. At the same time, you put hayseed, alfalfa or clover, in the little box. The seed falls through the rubber tubes into the ground, which is sliced open at precisely the right depth. And then the packer wheels smooth the soil over. By the way, this isn't our only old-time equipment. Our plow and disc are 1970s vintage. We packed the seed bed after planting with a 1930s field roller. And we harvest with 1970s vintage swather and combine. It's all about getting the job done without spending excessive amounts of money on equipment. There. When the drive wheel turns this gear, it turns that shaft. When I stop that, the shaft keeps turning. something inside that clutch is not slipping. So I stuck this piece of leather in last year after I got this working, and I think that caused my problem. Was my homemade leather seal plugged this up so it wouldn't turn. Forget about this old felt seal and my homemade leather seal, and order a new seal for this. And it'll probably take a few days. And then we'll put her back together and see if we can make it work. My seals are here. There's 2 of them actually, and they've replaced the old felt seals now with new rubber ones. Oh boy, that fits really nice. When the clutch dog comes in and grabs this, you see the sprocket keeps turning. The clutch now slips and the shaft stops. So hopefully that has solved the problem. Now let's reinstall, and we'll test it out and see if it works. There. Clutch is in place. I just need to tighten up the bolts and put the release spring on. There, with the clutch done and operational, I want to make one more modification to this seater that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. Take a look at this fixed hitch, and you see how far it sticks out in front of the wheels. And it's just in the way when we're packing it into the shed. And what I want to do is I want to put a joint right here. I want to cut that, make that 2 pieces, and weld it up so that this part of the hitch can go up and down. See, this part of the hitch comes up and down. And for a little extra security, a pin in that bolt, so it can sit in there relatively loose and not back out of there. So the ability to work on this kind of stuff and make the improvements we need for our operation is, well, it's actually what we do in the winter for fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We've got more work to come, and we're going to be in the field pretty soon. We're, a month and a half out yet, but a month and a half from now, we should be able to start turning dirt. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.